Feel good, but almost Bastiodon almost got forgotten about. And Bastiodon again just has some great matchups against the Ghost. So here we go. Dusclops against uh, Poliwrath, and that's what we were discussing earlier, right? This matchup, and it
Are we
looks like
experiencing
he's
some lag
lagging.
here?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that, that definitely needs a rematch.
Which I wanted to see the move set on Poliwrath,
Alright,
because if he doesn't have Ice Punch, then it puts the Poliwrath at a disadvantage, right?
huge, and there it is.
Yeah, good call. We're gonna restart, and then maybe we can take a look at that Poliwrath move set. So Clarissa and then Manaholics. I was
Yep,
gonna just cheap out and say Mana for sure, but we'll go Manaholics versus Clarissa. We're gonna lock in with the same teams as the Sylph rules state. And
absolutely.
I've had that in a tournament before against this is the Steve where I saw his team in Jungle Cup Venusaur and I just wanted to switch my team so bad when we had leg, and I knew the whole time I didn't have a Venusaur counter. But you got to play by the rules. Sylph has set up a great set of rules to keep these tournaments clean and competitive.
Absolutely. Now they're going to have to go the same lead, knowing that Manaholics is not in the greatest matchup.
But
He's going to switch out instantaneously, try to not even get at least a second fast move on him right away, bring in that Alolan Marowak. And again, Dusclops, right?
yeah,
Dusclops does a lot of work here.
yeah, super effective damage from the Ghost.
Yep.
And then the Bone Clubs won't do that much to it, right? So that's where the debate between Marowak and Driftbloom comes into play, right? They're similar, but that quicker to get to charge move is not very effective against some of the meta, right? So
Exactly. Now, Manaholics is actually deciding not to shield here, knowing he's going to have a little bit of health remaining to be able to still pull off that Shadow Ball, forcing that shield on
yeah,
the Dusclops.
yeah, because the Shadow Ball just would have exploded that Dusclops. So it's good call with the shield, and down goes Marowak.
Absolutely. Now that Dusclops has farmed a little bit,
Yeah,
and with that little bit of energy, he knows is if it's going to be that Poliwrath, I'm going to go Shadow Punch. If it's that Steelix, I'm going to go Fire Punch. And he definitely has some sort of answer, no matter what he brings in.
yeah. All right, so Fire Punch is going to do a decent amount of damage.
And Manaholics is still deciding not to shield here. He's keeping both of his shields.
And again, I haven't seen the move sets on his Poliwrath. Is that maybe because he's got the power up punch and wants to build up that energy? But
Possibly.
or the attack power. We'll find out. And does he decide to shield here? Really playing it risky. Maybe he's lagging again.
Again, these things are a little bit risky to do, especially because you do have some Pokemon that have extremely strong, fast moves. You
Oh,
don't want to lose with shields in the back.
it feels terrible, and it's happened to me in tournament play where I've had the right lead and then countered the second Pokemon very well, and then just that quick move, charm. Oh man, I know not for this tournament, but
Absolutely, and now he's going to be going against Poliwrath Mirror Match, deciding still not to shield.
are they lagging here?
Yeah, they're lagging a little bit. They're trying to see exactly what's going on, and he's going to end up going for the Power Up Punch. Can't see it.
I'm pretty sure that's what he went for. Now, I don't know if that's a recording coming back that's lagging or if they're actually lagging here.
This is the one. Rewatch.
Right.
Uh, again, he still has those shields. He's going to do work here. Again, if you can see here, that Poliwrath is still not attacking. Yeah,
Yeah.
there it
Okay.
is. There's some lag happening, guys. There's some lag happening. They're going to have to redo this again. And the thing about this is that the Toronto community, not just Toronto community, but the PvP community loves PvP so much to the point where we're battling here, we're shoutcasting here,
Yeah.
we're live streaming, but we're also watching the Go Stadium's live stream in
Yes.
New York on the TVs in the actual facility.
and you and I, we got a lot of respect for Ghost Stadium and what they've been able to do to elevate PvP. You know, we do hype up King a lot for what he's done for us, but definitely the Ghost Stadium with the remote tournaments, their shoutcasting, their Friday night fights, and also their coaching services, right? So, yeah, I'm very interested as a fan of PvP to know what's going down in that New York tournament, which right now we have no idea. When we went live, there was about 3 rounds deep into the New York tournament, and it's going to be very exciting to see who comes out on top in New York. And of course, the hype of Toronto is really real, especially for us being a home game, right? So,
Absolutely. Thing is, like again, Go Stadium has made people who are in these rural areas able to play PvP. Right? They let you do tournaments. Right? They don't have to drive 2, 3, 4 hours to be able
yeah,
to do a tournament anymore. Now they have their options. Right? They allowed them to get gain friends.
yeah,
Right? Get more people on their friends list. Do practice battles, and this could not have happened if it
yeah.
wasn't for Go Stadium.
Yeah, thank you, Ghost Stadium. And you've seen in the comments before, I see a lot of people say, man, I wish I had enough people to do a tournament in my city. And like even in my city, we're a very small community, and we're lucky to get 4 rounds or get a ranked tournament, which we're able to do. But you're right; those remote tournaments are huge for players that just cannot have to get enough people. So here we go.
All right, let's get this
So
started again.
this is still game one.
Still
We're
game
still
one.
in the matchup, and the interesting thing is, I believe they're mudshot polyraths,
Yeah,
which I run bubble a lot. It was nice to see, a Pokemon that has legacy moves that is so highly desired, but bubble being relevant, so you can go with either or. So the balance again, it's such a great type of a cup. So we got Marowak going for the Shadow Ball, and is he gonna think? Kaboom! Got a shield.
Whoa!
Oh,
Kaboom!
dude, and that's where the hype from this tournament happens because you could think your opponent is shield baiting, and then you get rocked with a Shadow Ball like that, and you're so behind.
And now he just swayed the match into his favor,
Yeah,
completely um, annihilating
yeah.
that Dusclops.
Shadow Ball being one of the biggest, deadliest moves in the game. Shout out to Scrub Lord for giving us another Red Bull to quench
Thank
our
you,
thirst.
Scrub Lord.
Always appreciative.
Thank you, sir.
You can hear the hype from the other room because we're seeing so many other, the New York tournament is on the TVs here.
Again, that Shadow Ball like really put him in the lead in this
Yeah,
matchup. So let's see if Clarissa's going to be able to come back from that.
let's find out. And this is why I like Dynamic Punch because you could see how much damage it did to that Steelix.
Absolutely.
And this is another debate, right? It's like when you've got Steelix against Poliwrath, great shield, right? Blocking that Earthquake. But if he goes for Crunch, you're able to get another Crunch off and make the opponent burn the shield. So there's so many mind games you can play with your opponent.
Exactly. Go for the powerhouse move. Go for the bait. Thinking
Right.
that the bait doesn't do a whole lot of damage as much, it will still do some
Yeah.
damage. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull off 2 of those moves, possibly get the shield, and then hit him with the heavy move right after.
I'm feeling the hype now. We're in
Oh
round two. We've got everything set up for the viewers. We're gonna approach 100 viewers here, and we're gonna just see how this tournament unfolds going forward.
Exactly. Now that everything's up and running, that shadow ball
Yes.
hyped us up way too
Yeah.
much. You know what I mean?
Okay. And there goes our screen.
I think we jinxed it, man.
We spoke too soon. There we go. All right, back to the battle.
Again, psychic, right? Oh, wait, was that? No, that was synchronize, I think.
Yeah. Another cool move brought in by Niantic for the Community Day. And we know in December we'll at least have this year's Pokemon on there. But again, please, Niantic, let us have Umbreon. Let us have Frenzy Plant Venusaur.
Absolutely. Umbreon is going to be a tank. It will still is a tank right now.
Yeah.
And now with the buff to Snarl.
Yes. Is this Dynamic Punch going to KO? I think it's enough if he hits all the bubbles.
I think it is enough.
Oh! It's okay.
That's
You needed an extra quick move. Okay, so Clarissa, after a couple restarts, takes game one.
Clarissa the Shadow Ball.
Yeah, overcame.
Yeah, overcame the
Nice.
Shadow Ball, took actually stepped back, came in with the rest of her two
Yeah.
Pokemon, and finished it off.
Remain calm if you get rocked by a shadow ball or a big move because you may think you're ahead or your opponent may think they've got a great lead. And again, there's still so much of the battle to be played out. So great win by Clarissa.
Absolutely. Now let's see what is Manaholics gonna do here to sway it up.
Okay, let's take a
Right.
look here.
Now Manaholics is like, okay, this is what Clarissa's running. This is how I'm gonna be able to fix it,
Yeah,
bring it back. See how am I gonna square it up with 1-1, make it
yeah.
1-1.
A lot of people are really good at reading teams of six, but I have to see it on this screen right here, the Sylph way. It's the only way that my brain can work to be like,
Yeah,
okay. So,
this,
yep,
that.
I agree. So we saw locked in, I believe, Steelix first, Poliwrath Haunter. It was very quick, but I think at least those are the three in whatever order. So we'll see what Clarissa does here. And the other thing we didn't really talk about that is a game changer, CMP is random now. A
Yeah,
lot of us have complained about CMP. It's completely random that we know of, right after seeing some tests by King in the community, Go Stadium. It appears that CMP is random,
absolutely. Now there's no more rock paper scissors to see who's gonna get CMP. Now it's just straight random.
which is good because my rock, paper, scissors game, I go 0 for 4. Like I can't even get a win in a tournament. So here we go. Steelix versus the Poliwrath.
All right. Again, Clarissa's gonna have full lead here. Bringing in that Poliwrath, that means he doesn't have an answer to
Right.
Poliwrath. So he's gonna swap out, bring in Gardevoir, and Gardevoir is just gonna eat Poliwrath.
Whether it's charm or he's got the Hydro Pump though.
Yeah,
Okay, good shield, but yeah, charm or confusion can really bring down, a Poliwrath. But great shield there.
absolutely. Is that a? Is I don't think that's Charm.
Is it maybe I've seen the possibility of using a charge beam?
I think it's Charge Beam.
Well, now that you mentioned it, you can
Yes,
see
it
the
is Charge.
charge move. Great recognizing that because the charge move is brought up a lot quicker, right? So not as terrible for the Poliwrath from the quick move perspective.
Right, and again, Charge Beam. It's not a heavy hitting move, but
Right.
it gets to that synchro noise. It gets to that Shadow
Yeah,
Ball.
but both shields gone. But yeah, very interesting. And that's what we talked about earlier. Having multiple move sets, whether it's for charge moves or quick moves, can really change up how the matches are done.
Exactly. Now I think he's gonna have to get to that Shadow Ball before he gets to the crunch. Will he get? She get to it? Yes, he got to it.
Okay. And you can see that it'll do a pretty decent amount of damage. Shadow Ball just being very explosive. Brings it about
Absolutely.
halfway, right?
Decided to farm with the Steelix, just doing as much damage as he can with the Steelix, counting, actually getting to the synchro noise, hoping to bait the second shield. Deciding,
Yeah, I wondered if it was almost too much farming, but this won't KO. So great read, right? Keep farming with Onyx and Steelix, and you're going to have to throw a crunch out eventually. And here it is.
yeah, he's almost at the point where he was almost over farming.
Yeah, right. You can J farm, but don't over J farm, right?
Not over J farm.
Right. So, right, out of shields, this will take out the Gardevoir.
Absolutely.
And let's just see what's
So
left
again,
over after
he
this.
has the Poliwrath in the back,
Right.
but
With a
also having that.
full dynamic punch.
Yeah,
Brings in the
swapping it,
Haunter.
going for the ice punch.
Yes.
Great move. That Haunter has one last shield, but I think that Poliwrath has almost enough energy to be able to pull off a second ice punch.
Let's find out. Well, we were going to find out, but brings in a good counter. But
Oof.
this is going to hurt. This is going to really hurt.
This is the Shadow Ball.
You click Shadow Ball. Okay, that's what it's
Shadow
like.
Ball.
Kaboom.
Boom.
Oh, man. Down goes. But
It's
then you
okay.
got the ice
Ice.
punch. Oh,
Oh,
I wonder if that was a misclick. I mean, we know it's a misclick, but I don't think he meant
yeah.
to do that on purpose.
I think. Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know if the ice punch would have
Oh,
KO'd, but I think the ice punch is the right play there.
no, I think the ice punch would
Yeah,
have
yeah.
KO'd. I'm pretty
And,
sure the ice punch would have KO'd.
and is the Haunter the last Mon though?
Yeah. Is it enough though?
No, it's not the last Mon. We're having trouble
What else?
seeing this.
Again, going for the ice punch. All right, and we have Manaholics actually taking the win here, so this is a 1-1.
Yes, and that's what I like. I love Game 3 hype, and now we get to kind of see how they adapt and see what they do.
Game threes are always the best, but it's the best viewing it.
Yes.
Being in the shoes of game three
Ooh.
is like, okay,
Yeah.
I either win this round and take it all, or I
Yeah.
lose this round and I lose the whole.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Can't be thinking like that. You got to just whether you get destroyed in one of those games, you reset, you remember what happened, and just read the team.
absolutely
And
that Gardevoir did a lot of work.
yeah,
Clarissa's Gardevoir,
yeah. Well, of course, with the different quick move, right? I've never battled one with Charge Beam,
exactly. Right,
so
and again, this is what you want to be prepared for. You want to be prepared for all these different types of matchups.
yeah, and yeah. You don't want to have your first time seeing a specific move set in the tournament and try to adapt on the fly. Like maybe you'll do well, but it's always great to get that practice ahead of time. But like, who are you going to practice using a Charge Beam Gardevoir? I
That's
don't
the
know.
thing, right? You think Gardevoir, you're automatically thinking Charm.
Yeah. And yeah, it may take a couple or a bit to even realize, even us showcasing, we didn't see it right away. So it looks like they're gonna have to send the invite again.
Yeah. Speaking about invites, we have a problem right now in Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Right, they're not allowing us to do remote battles.
I thought Valor Ash was ducking me, but it was the game itself, right? So it's always good to get some practice in. But yeah, and not, we are big on Twitter. The
Yeah,
Pokemon Go community is big on Twitter. So Niantic did respond and let them know they're aware of it and they're working on it. So it's great that we can communicate, or they let us know, on the platform of here we go, Game 3,
let's do it.
same matchup
Same.
or a similar matchup of Game 1 that was restarted a lot, right?
Yep. But again, Clarissa getting the lead. Going with the Dusclops, Shadow Punch is going to do a lot of damage.
And in Game 1, Mana would sub out when it wasn't really that bad of a matchup. So you can see that he's keeping the Poliwrath in there to absorb the damage because the Shadow Punches don't do that much damage. You can take quite a few Shadow
Exactly.
Punches.
It's not the best ghost move, but again, it does charge up very
Yeah,
quick. And because Dusclops is super tanky, you're
right.
able to pull off quite a few of those.
It decides to still sub out the Poliwrath and bring in the Haunter and build up some of that energy
Yep.
and get a shield out of Clarissa.
Now, this is one of those times where you're like, okay, do I shield here? Use the charge move, swap out, and bring in, let's say, Steelix.
Maybe. But the quick move is also bringing down the Haunter, right? So
Right.
it might
But
be okay to just
Shadow
stay.
Claw is going to do a lot,
That's true. Yeah.
right? Like, the Dusclops won't even be able to get to another charge move here.
Okay. So let's the Dusclops go.
Again, keeping that Haunter alive, will he be able to get to. Okay,
Out
going
of
for the
shield.
Ice Punch.
Overfarm though. I'm pretty sure the Haunter had enough for a charge move there. So I feel that Mana's gonna regret that a little bit.
I think Manaholics was trying to be a little bit greedy there just
Yeah.
because he was trying to go for Shadow Ball rather than going for the
Right.
Shadow Punch. In that scenario, you're not going to get to it. Pull up the Shadow
Right.
Punch, do as much damage as
Yeah.
you can.
Good call. And it's so hard. It's such a fast-paced battle, but when it happens to you and you guess it wrong, you just want to kick yourself.
Exactly. Now, pulling off the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball, the thing is, here's a situation where you're like, I need to pull off charge moves to let more time pass. Allow me to be able to get to switch again.
Right. It's not a terrible matchup on either side, right?
Yeah, but Crunch is going to do a lot of damage. Earthquake's going to do a whole lot of damage. Remember, Gardevoir is not the tankiest mon. It's a
Right.
little
Well,
squishy.
especially now that it's out of shields, right? And it didn't look like they clicked any bubble. So is
What
this
happened
a
there?
farming? Maybe they're trying to farm. Remember, we got tricked by House Stark in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Maybe something similar. We'll
yeah,
find out.
I think so. Shadow Ball is going to do a lot.
That's so risky, though. I feel.
I don't know why. That's a hard risk.
We'll see if it pays off. We're
And
going for the earthquake
why
again.
and why go Earthquake instead of Crunch? Because
So
Crunch would have been able to KO and
yeah,
use less energy.
we'll find out. And especially when you've got the Poliwrath to take care of the Steelix with no shields.
Yeah.
But it looks like it may just work out. We're gonna have a dynamic punch doing a lot of damage.
This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough.
It's gonna be very close.
No, I
Game.
think the Poliwrath is going to survive, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
able to, oh, is it? Oh no, it's Steelix in the back. Oh
Wow.
wow.
And that's so close. Like I still don't think that was the right call. Didn't that put mana behind? And even though mana